Shalom, shalom. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders who have spread the truth out the four corners. Any last days, I'm here with another can be lesson. Let's get it. This is another end time headlines, and it say Jack in the Box to close up to 200 restaurants. Jack in the Box, that prominent fast food chain, has unveiled a significant strategic overhaul dubbed the Jack on Track plan, aimed at improving its long-term financial performances. So this goes into a lot of chains, fast food restaurants are slowing down or closing, and it go both ways. Americans don't like to cook, so that's less food choices for people. Then, too, those are jobs as well. Just because it's a fast food chain restaurant, I mean, people still work there, and you easily have about 5, 6, 7, 8 people working at them restaurants at one time. So those 8 people are out of a job, and you say up to 200, just say 10 people work at them jobs. Like, that's literally 2,000 people that's not going to have a job. So that's why I was reading Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. And that chapter is part of when I was getting at verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the keepers, the people that look at stocks and bonds and the financial industry and the economics and the investors, the owners of these companies and everything. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few. The grinders are workers becoming few out here, so it's starting to cease. And those that look at the windows be darkened, because you expect to look at the window to be like brightened. It's great out here. You look outside, like, what make America great again? So you expect them to look outside and like, man, we thriving out here. No, it's dark when you look at that window. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, like no work, few work. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. Because when you think about rising up the voice of the bird, that's normally like time to go to work. You hear the birds start chirping like around 5, 6 in the morning. That's when most people start getting ready for the first shift. And, and the daughters of music shall be brought low, because even the music, the music has been brought low. So the land, the mirth, the resources that America once had, the thriving economy, America, and the American dream, is slowly becoming a nightmare. Back to that article. The decision to shutter 150 to 200 locations is part of the Jack in the Box efforts to eliminate underperforming stores and boost operational efficiency. It said this move comes as the company faces increased competition and shifting consumer preferences in the fast food industry. That says Jack in the Box is also considering divesting Del Taco, a Mexican fast food chain it acquired just 3 years ago. The company has engaged Bank of America to explore strategic alternatives, with Del Taco potentially valuing up at $200 million, a substantial loss from its acquisition price. So basically, they possibly giving up Del Taco as well. They said the fast food industry is navigating a complex landscape with rising operational costs and evolving consumer demands. Because it said because America's one of the largest countries ever. Because they don't really export anything, they import, so they consume and consume and consume. And it's that evolving consumer demand. So the fact that within these last couple of years, since 2020, it been a large amount of manufacturing, like farms mysteriously catching on fire, plants, like food plants, businesses shutting down within the last few years, and all these businesses have supplies that the next business need or use. That's how America thrives. Like, it get this product from Domino's Sugar, it get this product from Bimbo bread, wheat products. It get, the Coca, So just all these companies are slowly closing the door. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have product coming from here, the product that we have that's available, the price is going to skyrocket and it's going to be harder to get and people not going to be able to afford it. Then when people lose it, when people start losing things, they lose it. It said the fast food industry is navigating a complex landscape with rising operational costs. Even the products, I remember working at Wendy's in high school and Zaxby's. And we still had the people that was bringing like the products, like the lids, the cups, the utensils, and most of this stuff is made in China. So therefore, if you're not getting the products to actually run a successful food chain, it's underperforming. And that's like I said, those are people that's going to be out of a job at that specific location. And this is happening on a large scale here in America. Jack in the Box restructuring aligns with broader trends at chains like Burger King. So like Burger King and Wendy's have also closed underperforming locations to adapt to market challenges. And this is going to keep happening to a point that there's barely going to be any fast food chains restaurants out here. So that's the time we at. And I'm going to get to the scriptures. This is the Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 4. And it's the Good News Translation. And basically, like, our bread, like, it's going to get real simple around here what people about to eat. And I'm going to start at verse 9. Ezekiel 4, verse 9. Good News Translation. Now take some wheat, barley, beans, peas, millet, and spelt and mix them all together and make bread. This is what you're to eat during the 390 days you are lying on your left side. You will be allowed 8 ounces of bread a day, and it will have to last until the next day. And you will also have limited amount of water to drink, 2 cups a day. You are to build a fire out of dry human excrement, bake bread on the fire, and eat it with where everyone can see you. The Lord said this represents the way the Israelites would have to eat food which the law forbids, which when I scattered them to foreign countries. And we're in a foreign country compared to where we was at over there. You know what I'm saying? We was in Jerusalem. We was over in Israel. We in a strange land right now. And that's how we know the Lord is bringing this, because the Lord is author, narrator, everything that's happening in our life. But I replied, no, sovereign Lord, I have never defiled myself from childhood on. I have never eaten meat from any animal that died a natural death or was killed by wild animals. I have never eaten any food considered unclean. Go down. So Yahweh said, very well, I will let you use cow dung instead, and you can bake your bread on that. So cow dung is poo. And that's why I'm saying the Lord, like, he's an austere man. He's very serious. Like, when the Lord says something, he gonna, okay, bet. So, this the point. And he added, mortal man, I am going to cut off the supply of bread from Jerusalem. The people there would be distressed and anxious as they measure out the food they eat and the water they drink. That's what's about to happen here. The famine's going to happen here. They will run out of bread and water. They will be in despair and they will waste away because of their sins. And this is what's ultimately what it is, because of the sinful acts, the ways we've been conducting ourselves, going against the law, disrespecting our power, sacrificing the idols and devils, and doing everything we ought not to do, committing adultery, robbing, killing each other. So this is just letting you know the Lord always got down and with a famine on his people. Let me get to the point. I want to get to this story too. I got this in the KJV, and I'm going to read it. Okay, this is 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 25 and down. I'm going to read the KJV, and I'm going to read the Good News Translation. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the forepart of cab of dove's dung with 5 pieces of silver. So an ass is a donkey. So I'm pretty sure the head was probably like, the meat was barely hanging on it. It was probably like looking dried up and beat up. And calf's dung is poo. That's the desperation of when famine happened. You literally want to eat people. You want to eat anything because you just want to taste something. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help my Lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? So he's like, if the Lord can't help you, I can't help you. Out of the barn floor or out of the wine press. And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we may eat my son tomorrow. So we bore my son and did eat him. and said unto her the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she had her son. So basically, the woman was talking to the king of Israel at that time, was like, the woman, we made a deal that we was going to eat my son today, which they did. Then the next day came about, she hid her son. And that's the times, the situation that's a lot of Americans going to be in, bro. Like, people going to be eating kids and harvesting each other and stuff. Yeah, it's about to get Walking Dead out here. So I'm going to read that same scripture in the Good News translation. 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 25 and down. As a result of the siege, the food shortage in the city was so severe that a donkey's head cost 80 pieces of silver and a half a pound of dove's dung cost 5 pieces of silver. So that's how, like, that's what I'm saying. All that, having access to eating what you people like to eat, your pork products and ribs and sausage links and all that stuff. And yeah, it's finna get real crazy out here. Because all these restaurants are closing down. So eventually, like, if America can't import these products and can't keep these chains running efficiently, like, then what? People going desperate measures, man. Adversity, man. Like, people gonna go crazy and eat everything. Dogs, cats. The king of Israel was walking by on the city wall when a woman cried out, help me, your majesty. He replied, if the Lord won't help you, what help can I provide? Do I have any wheat or wine? What's the trouble? She answered, the other day, this woman here suggested that we may eat my child and then eat her child the next day. Cannibalism. So we cooked my son and ate him. The next day I told her that we would eat her son, but she had hidden him. So that's the type of situations that's come here on this earth, man. I don't know why y'all thought it was a game. No. And I'm going to get to these scriptures and probably end it off. This is Isaiah 65, verse 12 and down. Therefore will I number you to the sword. You shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear, but did evil before my eyes and did choose that wherein I delighted not. So this is the Lord speaking. Like, when I told you repent from your ways and turn from your ways and come back and, get your life right and don't do these abominations and follow my law, statutes, commandments, you despise and toss them away. So therefore the Lord's going to bring these plagues, and that's one of the plagues of famine, disease, pestilence, you know what I'm saying? But really, you're going to really, it's like people can live with a disease and still get through it as long as they eat and have, their fluids and stuff. The Lord finna bring a famine on people, though. Why they going through all this stuff? So people going to be really messed up, man. Verse 13, therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat. He said his servant shall eat. You want to be considered one of the Lord's servants these times that's come here in America, man. But you shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink. But you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. And we don't want to be opposition of the Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. We want to be able to drink in that day. We want to be whatever is meant for us to eat that day. Lord willing, as long as it's clean and the Lord approve us to eat it, we want to be able to eat in that day. Because a lot of things, when you lose everything, a lot of things don't matter. But when that stomach started touching the back, that's instant. Like, man, I'm hungry, Lord. I'll kill for anything right now just to, eat something right now. And that's the type of anguish the Lord is bringing on this earth, man. Especially you Americans, man. It's very rightfully so. You people wicked as hell. You don't care. You part of this weird society that promote all these different perplexed lifestyles. You don't care what influence that your kids pick up after. You just filling your own belly, your own lust. You don't care. Doing all this abomination, eating. We tell you not to eat pork and all these bottom feeders animals. Oh, I'm going to eat what I want to do. So the Lord starts sending the plagues on you. Then you shall know. Then you shall know that you went against the Lord. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And I want to get that word of vexation, man, since I'm here. People going to be vexed. Vexation out here. Because we know Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation thereof. Vexation now, the quality or state of being vexed, irritation. The Lord said y'all gonna be irritated. A cause of trouble, affliction. You're gonna be afflicted out here. The act of harassing or vexing, troubling. That's what the Lord is bringing here. Synonyms, aggravation, bedevilment, bothering, disturbance, harrying, pestering, annoyance, botheration, bugging, harassment, importunity, teasing. So you're gonna be sitting here seeing other people eating and looking like they're not really stretched out too much, and you're gonna be vexed out here. That's what the Lord is bringing here on this earth, man. Especially in America, we can't keep giving you enough warnings. But hey, we just give you the warning, putting these lessons out, letting you know, like, America is rapidly changing by the day, by the hour, by the minute. So we just giving you warning, So hope this lesson will edify. We give our praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders who are spreading the truth out the four corners. Any last days, I'm here when I can be lesson. Shalom.